Hey everybody, this is Clint Hajjar, ITL 518, week 3. We're doing the science experiment for second grade. This will be under the Next Generation Science Standards, NGSS number 2, PS1-2, and that's matter and its interactions. Um, the main concept here is different properties are suited to different purposes. And a video, we would start off with a engaging activity, and I picked a really short video here that we can watch together. It explains
One of the key ingredients in soap and other cleaning products is surfactants. The word surfactant comes from surface active agents.
essentially this video describes what a surfactant is, and that it's got two different ends. One's hydrophobic and one's hydrophilic. Essentially, one likes water, one doesn't. And uh, the video, again, it's only a minute long. It's not. It's pretty nice, and it shows how the surfactants, um, whether we're cleaning our hands or they don't. In the video, they show laundry. So we have dirty laundry. It has some kind of dirt on it, and the surfactants, water, hydro hydrophobic sides attached to the dirt, while the hydrophilic stay attached to the water, and together this helps lift off the dirt from the laundry, and essentially it allows water to make its way underneath where the soil was on the piece of clothing.
The water-loving ends of the surfactant make the sphere attracted to the water. Since the dirt and grease are still surrounded, they get washed away from the surface and into the water.
So in this image right here, this center circle here, that's the soil, that's the dirt, and these ends here are the hydrophobic ends, and they attach to this piece of soil. This is the soiled. This is like a mayonnaise or ketchup on a t-shirt, right? And these are your hydrophilic ends of your surfactant, and together they essentially almost lift off this piece of dirt. Really, they're allowing water to go underneath here, underneath the soil, which breaks the surface tension and allows water to come into contact with what's underneath that dirt. Again, I would have to practice this some more. Sorry, it is fairly complex, but I'm sure with a good amount of practice we can figure it out and make it very understandable. So after the engaging, we will jump into we can even watch more videos, this doesn't have to be the only one. Right after that, we're going to jump into our experiment. So essentially our experiment is our exploration, and during this time we're going to collect evidence, and we're going to see how a surfactant pushes eliminates the surface tension. Surface tension is one of our surface tension and surfactant, hydrophobic and hydrophilic are our vocabulary words. Those are vocabulary words for this assignment, and at some point throughout the lesson, the teacher should make sure that the students do um, touch up on that. Now, what we're going to do here for the experiment is we have our little paper boat. This is a boat, yes, it's a boat. And we're going to use a surfactant that is our liquid soap. This is actually a dish detergent. What we're going to do is with a toothpick, we're going to apply some of our surfactant to our little boat. All right, just like that. And then as we can see, the surfactant breaks the barrier between the air and the water, allowing the boat to touch the water. Um, so then, then there isn't a there's no longer that surface tension that doesn't that's and the surface tension doesn't move, doesn't allow for movement. It's fixed. Well, when it gets broken apart, movement can happen. So essentially, that's just one way to demonstrate that. Um, so then after we do that, we would jump into our explanation. We would have the students explain with each other. They could discuss what they think is happening. Um, we could even do the explanation part. We could do predictions before the experiment. That would also be a good idea. Um, also, we would have our elaborate or extend um, portion, and in that we could do field trips, guest speakers, and then we would evaluate by our evaluation method here is going to be do the students participate in the discussion and the experiment? Were they respectful to their friends and peers and with their teacher? Um, this is going to be an informal kind of assessment. It's just to plant the seed of the idea of what a surfactant is. You see, surfactants, besides having the hydrophobic and hydrophilic ends, they reduce surface tension and allow two media to come into contact. It's important when we're washing our hands. It allows the water to actually come into contact with our hands. If it weren't for the soap, which has surfactant in it, the water would not come into contact with our hands, really. Um, so that's kind of how that goes. And our higher order thinking questions are going to be: does liquid soap last longer than a solid piece of soap? And to do that, we can maybe drop in. We could rub some bar soap onto the back of our boat and compare that. We could do hand soap versus detergent. We could do shampoo, conditioner, any of those. See what has surfactant in it and what doesn't, or what has more. That would make it kind of more experimental. We can um, see how the water temperature influences the movement. Maybe see if the boat moves around longer. Um, and another part is to know what material. Another higher order question that would be what materials make the best float best. And what I use, you could use. Essentially, we want students to think that paper gets soggy really fast and it'll sink. We want something light. We want something flat that has full contact with the water. Nothing corrugated or has ripples in it or anything. And that's it right there. Thank you again. This is Clint Hajjar, ITL 518, and I hope you guys liked the experiment. Thank you very much.